Donald Trump just turned a government shutdown into a political weapon. He's threatening to fire thousands of federal workers, and he's calling it draining the swamp. But is that really what's happening? Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about draining the swamp. It's about consolidating power. It's about revenge. And it's about punishing the very institutions that hold Donald Trump accountable. Trump's allies are calling it the Schumer Shutdown. They're blaming Democrats for refusing to cave. But here's the truth they don't want you to see. Trump wants this shutdown. He's using it as cover for something much bigger. According to reports, the Trump administration is threatening mass layoffs of federal employees unless Democrats agree to his demands. We're talking about potentially 150,000 workers, people who process veterans' benefits, enforce food safety, inspect our skies, and keep the government running. Real people, real families, real consequences. And the message from Trump's team? Resign or get ready to be replaced. 8 days. That's all it took after Trump's inauguration for the Office of Personnel Management to send out an email inviting nearly every federal worker to quit. Think about that. 8 days in, and they were already trying to gut the federal government from the inside. Why? Because a functioning government is a threat to Trump's brand of chaos. Because rules, ethics, oversight, those get in the way of corruption. But let's look closer. Trump's spokesperson, Karoline Leavitt, calls this restoring fiscal sanity. She says they're doing the right thing by the American taxpayer. Sounds noble, right? Except it's not. Because if fiscal responsibility were really the goal, they'd start by cutting their own waste. The corporate subsidies, the billionaire tax breaks, the defense contracts padded with pork. Instead, they're coming fair.
Or career public servants, scientists, inspectors, analysts, the people who make sure billionaires pay their taxes and that our air and water stay clean. They say this is about efficiency. But look at who's cheering it on. The same right-wing think tanks who've spent decades trying to dismantle government agencies altogether. The same people who want to privatize everything, from prisons to schools to Social Security. And that's where it gets worse. Trump's allies are touting Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, as a success story. They claim it's rooting out billions in waste. But the truth? It's political theater. They cut a few minor contracts and called it reform. Meanwhile, spending still skyrockets on Trump's watch. And yet, the propaganda machine spins it differently. The right-wing media frames Trump as the hero slashing waste, while Democrats are painted as defenders of bloated bureaucracy. It's a classic trick. Turn working Americans against the very government that protects them. But the facts don't lie. The federal government isn't bloated. It's broken by corruption, by corporate greed, by politicians who protect their donors, not their voters. Remember, even the Government Accountability Office under Biden found that hundreds of billions are lost every year to fraud and waste. And yet Republicans blocked every serious reform to fix it. Why? Because those wasteful contracts often benefit their friends, their lobbyists, and their campaign coffers. Trump's shutdown isn't about saving money, it's about saving himself. By shrinking the government, he weakens oversight, he fires watchdogs, he silences whistleblowers, and he replaces experienced civil servants with loyalists. That's not fiscal reform. That's authoritarian restructuring. And let's not forget, while Trump calls thousands of working-class federal employees the swamp, he's still funneling taxpayer dollars into his own properties, still demanding loyalty oaths, still treating the presidency like a personal business venture. So when you hear Republicans say this is about accountability, ask them this. Accountability for whom? Because the only people getting punished are the ones doing their jobs. Let's be clear, this Schumer shutdown isn't about Chuck Schumer. It's not about Democrats. It's about Donald Trump trying to break the system so he can rebuild it in his own image. It's the same playbook we've seen before. Starve the government, then sell it off to the highest bidder. Fire the watchdogs, then claim there's nothing left to watch. And while the media frames this as a partisan standoff, the real story is far darker. This is a war on democracy's infrastructure, the quiet machinery that keeps our country running when politicians fail. But we see it, we know what's happening, and we won't be fooled. Because democracy isn't the swamp. It's not the enemy, it's the people, the workers, the public servants, the taxpayers, the ones who make this country function every single day. So when they say they're draining the swamp, remember? They mean you. And that's why we fight back. We stay informed, we stay loud, we stay united. Because the truth still matters. Accountability still matters. And we will not back down. Not now, not ever.